Yo guys, how's it going? This is Dark here bringing you a Frost DK PvP guide for Legion 7.2. Alright, so let's go ahead and kick in. We're gonna be doing talents. Let's start off with your tier 1. Just like Unholy, you should always try and pick the talents. They give you the most consistent damage in an arena setting. Icy Talents is the strongest talent on this tier because it provides the best damage between all three talent options. As we see here, Frost Strike also increases your melee attack speed by 10% for 6 seconds, stacks 3 times. That'll start to build up, guys. That's a really good talent to go with. We go down to talent 2, Frozen Pulse. Frozen Pulse is the strongest talent on this tier. It gives you some form of damage when you're fully depleted on your runes. We know how much that happens. This allows you to continue building pressure even when you cannot use some of your other damaging abilities. Horn of Winter, not that great. And Freezing Fog, it seems okay, but when you're running low on your runes, Frozen Pulse is actually going to pick up quite a bit for you. Alright, so let's shoot down to number 3. Tier 3, Avalanche. Your primary offensive CD as a Frost DK is your Pillar of Frost. During its duration, you will deal significantly more damage and cause massive pressure to the enemy. Avalanche is the best talent on this tier because it buffs your already powerful offensive CD. As you can see, while Pillar of Frost is active, your melee critical strikes cause jagged icicles to fall on your nearby enemies, dealing damage. That's really good. The other option is Hungering Rune Weapon. However, the only time you want to play this is if you want to completely go all in on a target in a short game. So let's go down to the next one. Let's go down to Blinding Sheet, which is our tier 4 primary talent. If you are playing with classes that have reliable stuns, Blinding Sheet is a better option as it gives your team access to additional CCs or CC diminishing returns. Even though the stun duration or stun effect isn't completely reliable. Winter is Coming is another one. On this tier, if you need a stun effect, being able to stun a target while your Pillar of Frost is active is extremely important for dealing meaningful damage. Winter is Coming, enemy struck 5 times by a Remorseless Winter while your Pillar of Frost is active, gets stunned up for 4 seconds. Abomination's Might, it's not that great because there's a lot of people that are immune to stuns. And, when you kind of consider Horde and Orcs, they get a really good diminish on that. Alright, so let's go with Tier 5. And we'll start off with Permafrost. So, the talent choice for this tier depends on what you're playing against. With Permafrost, it should be selected against teams that have at least 1 physical DPS, while Volatile Shielding should be selected against teams that have multiple casters. It dramatically increases the power of your AMS, allowing it to absorb more and deal damage back to the casters. So let's shoot down to Tier 6. In Tier 6, we're going to Gathering Storm first. Again, because it's the most consistent damage in Arena, Gathering Storm is the strongest talent for this tier. This talent also deals extra damage during Remorseless Winter and allows you to extend its duration. Overall, it synergizes well with Winter is Coming by giving you more chances to land a stun on enemy targets. Lastly, we're going down to Tier 7 and we're going with Obliteration. As of 7.2, Obliteration is the current best talent choice of this tier. Breath of Sindragosa was recently nerfed in PvP, making the talent significantly less viable. Overall, Obliteration is the highest consistent increased tier DPS on this tier. Alright guys, let's take a switch over to our honor talents. Let's take a look at what we're going to be doing there. Alright, so if we start up at the top, as of 7.2, Gladiator's Medallion is your best choice. Most teams will check for adaptation before using any meaningful CC on you. Having an on-demand CC break is really important as a DK, especially when you need to use it in combination with a defensive CD. Relentless can be an option against teams that have spammable, non-DRing CC. This talent is often useful if you are not the kill target, but will be consistently polymorphed or feared throughout a matchup. Down to tier 2. Your talent choice for this tier will depend on what you're going against. If the enemy team has a melee DPS, you're going to want to go sparring. It's the best option as it represents a high damage reduction. If the enemy team has caster DPS, you're going to want to go reinforced armor. You can play hardiness against dot comps that are likely to control you, or that are dot comps, that are unlikely to kill you, such as a feral or a shadow priest, if you anticipate that you will most likely be above 80% health the entire game. I'm sorry guys, this is the first time I'm doing this, so please bear with me. Alright, next one down. We're going tier 3. We're going to start off with Anti-Magic Zone. It's definitely the strongest talent on this tier if the enemy has a caster DPS. Being able to mitigate damage dealt to you and your partners really adds to your utility toolkit as a DK. If the enemy has an important CC that you can steal, Dark Simulacrum is a stronger option. Overall, this tier doesn't have much to offer for dealing physical damage, but you can use Dark Sim on a healer to try and steal important CCs. Dark Sim is a very strong talent, guys. It's definitely worth looking at. Alright, we're going down to tier 4 in Heartstop Aura. It's a unique mechanic, and it's a good talent to choose. Slowing down the recovery rate of enemy cooldowns is a really good for allowing you to stay ahead in a tempo game in nearly every matchup. If it's going fast, you can slow down healers on their cast, warlocks, just about any caster, melees, they'll slow them up. If you're playing against affliction locks, Necrotic Aura can be a better choice. Overall, this talent represents more DPS for your team. Decomposing Aura can be played if you plan on only training the enemy healer as a melee cleave. Alright guys, let's shoot down to tier 5. Frozen Center. Overall is the most consistent option for this tier. Most DK comps deal damage to multiple targets at once. Being able to root more than one target makes it much easier to deal AoE damage, especially when combined with stuns like Fist of Fury. Against mage teams, Delirium is a really good talent choice. Selecting this talent can drastically nerf mage mobility by increasing the cooldown on blink. We all know how irritating mages can be. And lastly, guys, we're going to go down to tier 6. And we're going to start off with Overpowered Rune Weapon. In longer matches, it's the best choice. This talent will give you more frequent access to one of your primary offensive CDs. In shorter games, Chill Streak is the best talent. This ability allows you to deal more damage initially to a target while also putting out some AoE pressure. Your Frost DKs, you rule by slowing people down and beating the heck out of them. Make use of it. Thanks guys for watching. I'll be putting a link down below that's also got a lot more information on how this can be played. Please check it out. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. I'm sorry for how sloppy the audio was. Thanks for listening in, guys, and cheers.